Hi, and welcome to Tony Time. This show is a very special show for me today because one of our well-known producers, Awesome Ashley, is here today. And we're doing this show because I want to know about Ashley. I want to know what she thinks, how she feels. She is the most inspirational, most positive woman I have met, and she is a woman. And there's nothing she can't do. She has multiple sclerosis. And she has been on a treadmill. She has gone skiing. She has surfed. Nothing stops her. So we really want to know how she feels, what she's thinking, to help others, perhaps that might be involved in this, have multiple sclerosis, and know that they can do whatever they want to do. So Ashley, welcome to the show.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. It's weird to be in the hot seat.
Well, you are not really in the hot seat. I mean, Ashley and I have talked about doing a show like this.
Yes.
Because you want to help and
Yes.
talk to others.
And I want to correct you on, it's not multiple sclerosis, it's cerebral palsy.
I am so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm glad you corrected me.
I just wanted to correct you because it's two different diseases.
Okay.
Or diagnosis, as you would say.
Okay, I'm glad you corrected me. Tell me, what is the difference between the two?
I'm not actually sure. I just know there's a difference.
Okay.
They mostly do almost the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
but the other one, I can't pronounce very well.
Yeah.
But that one mostly deals with the whole entire body.
Okay.
So from up, down, so it's hard to move the whole. But with cerebral palsy, it's just the bottom half of me.
Okay.
So the top half I can move perfectly fine.
Yeah, okay.
So
All right, thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you for correcting that.
You're welcome.
And I'm learning a lot as well. So, when you were first diagnosed, how old were you?
I'm not sure. I was like a baby at the time.
Okay.
My hips were out of socket.
Okay.
And I never cried like until I was in pain. So like I was happy baby and stuff, and my parents or whoever I was with, my family would know, like they would sit me down and I'd just automatically just cry because I was in so much pain.
Wow.
And I didn't know what was going on, and my hip joints were out of the socket. I was born with no hip joints.
Okay.
So.
All right. So you'd only cry when you were in pain.
Yes.
And I can picture you were a wonderful baby,
Yes.
a happy baby. And now, I mean, as you've gone from your teens into your 20s,
Yeah.
what was it like in your teens?
It was very hard because I've seen all these other girls. They go with their friends and go dancing and do all this other thing that I thought I couldn't do, like because I was in a wheelchair, so I didn't think it was possible for me to do any of that stuff. But then I learned as I got older that I can do the same things, but just in a different way.
Absolutely.
If that makes sense.
It does make sense. It does make sense. So in school, going from class to class and doing all that, you could do that on your own pretty much.
I could, but back then there was the old high school.
Okay.
So the elevator buttons were up here.
Yeah.
So every time I'd have to, like my grandpa made me a stick so I could reach the elevator button. That's how high that elevator button was.
Wow.
And it was, and it broke down all the time. So half the time I'd miss class. And there was only one handicapped bathroom in the whole building.
And was it far away, or?
It was in the nurse's office. So every time I had to use the ladies' room, I'd have to go to the nurse's office to use the bathroom. So therefore, I'd miss a class. Because most of the bathrooms were close or on the same floor as the classroom that you're on.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, I'd have to take the elevator and then go all the way down and then come all the way back up. And that's like missing part of the class that I needed to pay attention to. So that was tough being in school, but
Yeah. Well, but do you feel that during those 4 years in high school, it made you stronger?
it did. It did. Because I could, there was other people in worship situations like me, but their disability was worse than mine. So at least I can voice my opinion, but my friend Nick can't voice his opinion. So they would actually take me out of class to help him, to calm him down and be like, it's okay,
What was wrong with Nick?
He just couldn't speak, or you could tell by his face expressions. He can't say what's wrong with him. He could only say mom, dad, certain words.
Yeah.
Or that he'd use a voice box with someone else's voice. If someone asked him a yes or no question, they'd put in the voice box yes or no. Then he'd tap the button. So that's how.
So how did you learn to calm him down?
I don't know. I just have that vibe, I guess, as you would say.
You do.
So
Apparently you and Nick became very good friends.
yes,
And you were a comfort to him.
yes.
I see that you are a comfort to a lot of people, Ashley.
Thank you.
You do.
Thank you.
You have the biggest heart around.
Thank you.
And so now during that time in high school, everything would have to be kind of pre-planned.
Yes. And fire drills. Fire drills would have to be. Thank God there was never a fire drill.
Yeah.
And because if I was upstairs, the teachers would put me by the stairs, and I'd have to wait for the firemen to have two people to carry me down the stairs in my chair. Mm-hmm. So I'm thankful there was no fire drill.
Yeah, there was really no fire.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But I still had to learn in case there was a fire.
Yeah.
That's how they do fire drills. So I'd have to wait up there until someone came to get me.
Yeah. And luckily there really wasn't any fire.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully, I haven't seen a new high school, but hopefully it's a lot better and a lot more equipped for more generation of my kind
Yeah.
to be able to use the elevator, to use the bathroom, to be able to do things on their own.
Were there other students in there with cerebral palsy?
No, I'm not exactly sure what they had, but I know they had other disabilities. So, but I know that sometimes it was hard because they'd have to wait for the elevator, and then I'd have to, because the elevator was so small that you could only fit two people in at a time. So imagine a wheelchair, because a wheelchair takes up
Yeah.
a little bit more space than a normal person standing up or standing up. So if I had to use the elevator, then I'd have to go down first.
Yeah.
And then Nick would have to go down after me because his wheelchair was a little more wider than mine, just because of his needs and what he needs in his wheelchair.
So how, looking back now, how do you view high school?
It was hard for me.
Yeah.
Very hard for me.
Looking back, that you did get through high school
I did get through high school.
with
Yeah.
all the obstacles.
Yes.
And looking back, that it was very difficult. Because I'm sure during then, you're right, they didn't have accessibility to larger elevators or ramps.
Even not being able to hit the button Like the buttons were way up here.
Yeah.
I needed a stick for the button.
Yeah.
And the elevator would always break down.
So now as you got out of high school, I mean, you have a drive, Ashley.
Thank you.
You do have a drive, and you have a very strong drive. And I do believe a lot of people would just give up.
But you can't give up.
How do you not give up?
You just can't. Unless you want to lay in bed all day and just curl up and just forget about the world, but you can't. You just got to keep moving and moving and moving.
What gives you that drive?
I don't know. I just always had that drive since I was a teenager.
And that kind of drive has accelerated you to go skiing.
Yep.
Now,
I didn't even know about skiing until I had them on my show.
So how did they get you to go skiing?
Well, I called them up and I said, because I looked them up online, that's how I mostly get some of my guests. Sometimes it's word of mouth from people I know, like connections.
Yeah.
But I looked them up online because I wanted, look something up and have someone on that knows activities or something that people can do in wheelchairs. And I had Eric Topper back then. He's not working there anymore. But he came on the show, like brought an actual sled on the show.
Oh, did he?
He sat in the sled and showed me how, he modeled it for me. He handed me the papers. He goes, "I want you to try it." And I said, "Okay. I mean, I'll try it, but I don't know if I'll like it." I've been going ever since. So I guess I like it.
I think you do like it.
So.
And you showed me a video a couple of years ago that you went to the gym.
I go to the gym every week.
And how did that come about?
I just wanted to get stronger, and I knew my one of my friends I know goes to the gym, and she told me, "Hey, you try this out. I know some people that own their own gym, and I'd try it out and see how it works." And ever since then, I love the gym.
So you get up on the treadmill?
Not anymore. I did though, and I have some videos, but my goal is to get back on the treadmill eventually.
So what are you doing now in the gym? Upper body strength?
Upper body strength, and I walk with my walker. I have a walker.
Okay.
I could probably walk from here to the door.
Okay.
And that'd be it. Then I'd have to sit down, take a rest for a minute, and then walk again.
Okay.
But my goal is to get back on the treadmill.
That's great. Now, you also went surfing.
I did.
How did that come about?
I had them on the show too.
Okay.
So see, my show
Your show
gives me opportunities to do other things. They asked me to try it out and just to come see how the other clients do it, or students, however they pronounce, so I said, "Hey, I'll come check it out and see," because I always love the water. I love to swim.
Yeah.
And I'm a good swimmer, and I've been in Special Olympics through school, so I knew I'm not afraid of the water. So that is something I'm not afraid of, because I can actually walk in the water. I don't know how it works, but the water holds me up, so I can actually feel like I can walk like everybody else. It's awesome how that works.
It's
Science.
an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it is. So she's like, "You want to try it?" And so I said, "Sure, I'll try it." And so they put a regular beach chair on a surfboard, and then attach it with straps, and then put me in the chair, and then there's 6 people on one side and 6 people on the other, and they carry me like the Queen of England or whatever.
Or Cleopatra.
Or Cleopatra. That's a better one. To the water, and I go surfing for like an hour. It depends on how many kids are there.
Yeah.
To surf, because they want to give everyone a chance to surf.
Sure.
So.
That's pretty amazing.
And I was hoping to meet Barbara Bush at some point, because she was a big supporter of special surfers, and that was my goal. But that's not going to be the goal anymore.
No.
But yeah, she was a big supporter of special surfers.
I didn't know that.
So, yep.
Wow.
Because when I go surfing, they have wheelchair people on one side and other kids on the other side. So because it's closer to the ramp, but she usually was on the other side watching the other kids surf.
Right.
So
here's a question you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but at any point during all of this, do you get angry?
I do.
An honest answer.
Yeah, I do. But then I'm like, I get mad at God. I but I focus on that, and I get mad for a second, and then I focus on the positive. Like my ability could be worse. Like I could have it, like I could be a stroke victim, or like I could have cancer or something. I could have a worse situation than what I have.
Yeah.
So I think of it that way.
Yeah. I mean, getting angry, you couldn't help. Nobody could.
Nope.
And, but you go back to the positive. You have this amazing ability to flip it.
Thank you.
You do. I've never seen you angry, number one. Number two, you're always enjoying people, and you're always enjoying what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a gift.
Thank you.
That is definitely a gift. Now, what is your goal? I mean, we're doing this show so people understand.
My goal is to try to help other people, and to let them know that just because they're in a wheelchair doesn't mean they have to just sit and watch TV, or sit and do on the computer, or they can strive to. There's things out there. There's skiing. It might not be your thing. There's basketball. There's hockey. My friend Monica, she's in the hockey team.
Yeah.
She plays hockey. So there's all different sports out there. You just have to look. You have to research what's out there. But I know it's difficult because not every sport is in Biddeford or in our local. It's always, you have to go to Massachusetts or Boston or somewhere further away because skiing is like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I have to get up early in the morning to go skiing. But it's worth it. So
what would you say to the people that have cerebral palsy or they're in a wheelchair, that they're afraid to be made fun of or be ashamed?
I'm afraid of being made fun of, and I'm afraid of being ashamed, but I don't let that bother me. I try not to let that bother me. But it does. It bothers me sometimes, but I try not to show it. So I really don't have an answer for that one.
But that's good. I don't think there really is an answer to that.
No, because it depends on the person.
Yeah. But you don't let that stop you. You still go.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine anyone even making fun or doing any of that.
They have, though.
They have?
Yeah. Yep.
Was it in high school or?
High school, mostly in high school, yeah. But I just,
What'd you do?
I just ignored them. There's nothing else,
Yeah, you can't do.
You can't do anything. I just say, take a picture. It lasts longer.
Yeah.
If you really want to stare at me, take a picture. It lasts longer. Or just put a smile on my face and say hi. Because even when I go to the mall, people just stare at me and like think that I can't talk or think. They just stare at me because they've never seen a wheelchair, and I just look at them and I say hi. So at least they know I have a voice,
Good for you, Ashley.
So.
I mean, you are an inspiration, and those things are difficult things on everyday life. And the fact that you want to help others understand, and that's why we're doing this show, because I want your doctors to see this show, because I think you going out there and giving a talk or giving a lecture is going to help so many people.
But in 2016, really took a toll on me because I also got diagnosed with lupus. So that really, really took a toll on me.
I remember that. You were in the hospital for how long? 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, that's what I
Between
thought.
2 hospitals and a rehab.
Lupus.
Lupus.
And what is the symptoms of lupus?
The symptoms are like you're really tired all the time. You're just really droggy and you're weak. And plus, I'm already weak enough with cerebral palsy. So try to put 2 and 2 together. I mean, that is just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And the worst part for me was I lost like all my hair. And so that was the most hardest part for me. So, but my hair's grown back and I'm healthy and I'm on the right meds, and
Yeah.
it took Dr. Kerouac. He's an awesome doctor.
So has he been your doctor all along?
Yes, when he found out what it was, because at first I was a guinea pig. At first they thought I had scarlet fever, and then they thought I had something else, and then when I got transferred to Portland, my family met him and said, we'll figure this out and we won't stop till we figure it out. So he figured it out, and I'm here.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be here right now talking to you.
Yeah. Now, with lupus, is that like a gene you have? Is it just
They have no
anybody?
clue. They have no clue.
Oh my God! You think with our technology, they'd be able to figure that one out?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know you fought a battle. I mean, I went to the hospital, and of course, you weren't seeing anybody but family. And I left you that little Elvis.
Yes, I still have that little Elvis.
Because I love Elvis. And I treasured that little thing, and I thought, no, I'll give it to Ashley. At least it would make you laugh.
Yes. I kept every card, flowers. I mean, I kept the flowers till they died on me. But thank you for everyone that took the time to send cards out. I mean, people were asking, where's Ashley? Because I wasn't filming on the show for a long time. So they're like, what's up? Like, I'm always on Facebook. I'm always, I always try to, and I just didn't want to do Facebook. I just couldn't do Facebook at that time, so.
Well, you were weak.
I was weak. But that's not like me not to be on Facebook. Like, that's not like me not to be on the internet. So people were like, what's up? So then my family said, is it okay if we document that you're in the hospital? Because you always put stuff on Facebook. And I said, yep, because I was healthy enough to at least speak because I lost my voice.
Did you really? I didn't know that.
Yep. And so I said, yep, you're okay. To put things on Facebook to let people know that I'm in the hospital. I'm doing okay. It's getting better. But sometimes it would go back and forth. Like one day I'd do better and then one day I wouldn't. So, but
that was a tough road. I mean, everybody here at the studio, I mean, we were all worried, we were all concerned, but yet we didn't want to be a nudge.
Yep.
And, you know, your grandmother was great about keeping us.
Yeah, she was
Informed.
really good about that.
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean, that was really important, but you faced so many obstacles.
mhm.
And I walk in on a Thursday and I see you here, and you've got that smile on your face, and it's just like, wow. And you just move on because there's really no choice. You have to move
Yeah.
on.
Unless you want to just sit in a corner and just sit by yourself, but I decided not to do that.
But you're a people person.
I am a people person, so
You know, you definitely are. Well, you came out of that.
I did.
You came out of it. You fought it. I mean,
I didn't think I was at one point. I didn't think I would be able to.
But you fought it. It was
did.
your willpower yet again.
Mhm.
What do you see ahead of you?
I'm not really sure. I just go with, I really want to continue to keep doing my show
Yeah,
because I feel like that helps other people.
yeah,
I interview all different people. It's not just people with disabilities. I interview people
You've had doctors on
I've
your
had
show.
doctors on. I just had Spose on. I had to keep that a secret for a long time because he's a local rapper in Portland. So, yeah, he came last week and he goes, I hope I'm not a jinx because the last time he was on was like in 2016 before I got sick.
Yeah.
So he's like, I hope I'm not a jinx this time. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, he was on and I just hope to continue to try and keep going to the gym and keep getting stronger and hopefully get back on the treadmill. That's my goal.
well, you have a lot of people who love you, and you have a lot of people who support you.
I know, and I really appreciate my friends and my family and the Awesome Ashley fans out there. And
Yeah. And Steve over
And
here.
Steve and Steve.
Which, they're little, but we love them.
Yes. So,
But no, I really wanted people to get to know Ashley. You know, you've had so many ups and downs. You've had so many things you had to accept.
yep.
But I don't know if you remember Dirty Dancing.
Oh, yes, I remember I love that movie.
And they say, don't put baby in the corner.
Yes.
And there's no way to put you in a corner.
Thank you.
There is no way. So, going forward and helping others and giving talks and lectures, this is what I would like to see for you because I know how much you want to help other people. And a lot of it's the frame of mind. Mm-hmm. And I have heard, I've seen you fight through a lot. Mm-hmm. And I admire you.
Thank you.
I admire you to the utmost.
I appreciate that.
And people look at you as a little girl, but you're not.
No. I'm 27 years old. I'll be 28.
You're an adult woman.
Yeah.
And I've noticed when people meet you, it's like, oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
But you're a woman.
Yep.
And you have your own goals. And I think what you want to achieve to help others is, I support you
Thank you.
in any which way. And I also think with what you have fought and what you've gone through, and you get angry. Mm-hmm. It's only human.
I do.
But you bring in the positive.
I try.
It's not easy.
No, it's not.
It's not easy. But, I want to help you in any way I can. I know Steve and Steve. I know your family. We're all right there to support you. And I want you to show this to your doctor.
Oh, I will.
I want him to watch this show. Because without him, you wouldn't be here today.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the greatest compliment.
It's true.
I know.
I call him Dr. Heaven.
Dr. Heaven?
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yep.
Dr. Heaven.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
And what does he think of that?
Actually, I don't think he knows he has a nickname.
Oh, he doesn't? Well, now he does.
Yeah, now he will.
Now he knows Dr. Heaven.
Yep.
That's great.
So,
Well, I'm happy we had this show, Ashley.
I am too. Thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome, but I wanted people to understand your strength and how much this show, your show, encourages people, encouraged you to go to the gym. It encouraged you to go skiing and surfing, all from her show,
Yep.
from the people who've come on. So you've accomplished amazing things.
And I accomplished doing the Dempsey Challenge twice.
Oh, the Dempsey Challenge, you know. I remember a couple years when I just couldn't get it in my head, walk and roll,
Yep.
which was really walk and roll. I kept thinking of the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
And Patrick Dempsey and you have become friends.
Yes, he actually remembered me the second year, so I felt really honored that he remembered me.
Well, you know what? You're hard to forget, Ashley. Not
you.
because you're in a wheelchair.
Thank you.
Your personality is just hard to forget.
Thanks.
And of course, you have Santa on your show.
I know, right?
She has Santa who comes in from the North Pole every year.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. You laugh a lot at Santa, I know that. But with that being said, I just want to thank you. We're running out of time, but is there anything else you'd like to tell the audience or people out there with cerebral palsy?
Just try new things. Even if you can't try it, just look into it and just go see what it's like. I mean, you can go shadow someone, like special servers. You can see how it works. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, at least you want to go see what it's like. To go shadow them to see what it's like, or skiing or swimming or something to keep you active.
Well, you said the one thing about when you go swimming,
Yes.
you can stand in the water.
Yes.
And that must feel
It's
amazing.
really cool. It's like, I don't know, gravity or something. I don't know. I'm not really into science, but I think it's like gravity or something.
You go into the ocean?
Nope, I go into the pool
Okay.
at the Y, or my pool at my house.
Okay. That's great.
Yep. Because they have a lift that puts you right in the water. And then, so you just sit in the lift. It lifts you up and then lifts you down. And they just added one for the big pool. So people didn't want to go in the small pool if it's too hot for them, because the small pool is heated. So if people don't like it heated, I like it heated.
Yeah.
But some people just like to cool off, and so they added a lift to that one too. So
Great.
that's access.
Where's this at?
The YMCA in Biddeford.
Okay.
So
So the YMCA in Biddeford does have that.
yes.
That's great.
So
Ashley, darling,
thank you, Tony.
you're very welcome. And thank you for being on the show. Thank you for being honest.
You're welcome.
I think this is going to encourage a lot of people.
Thank you for inviting me.
You are very welcome. And tomorrow we're going to do a photo shoot.
Yes, we are.
We're going to do some headshots on Ashley.
Yes.
And we're just going to
Exciting.
move forward. And in any way that I can help, you know, all of us here at the studio,
Yes. Thank you.
we will do anything. So, baby, on to our next show. It's on to our next adventure.
Yes.
We do have adventures.
Yes, we do.
And I want to thank everybody for watching our show today. And for people who have cerebral palsy or anything that they're in a wheelchair, as Ashley says, don't give up. Research it. Go and try it.
Yep.
That's your words. So on that note, I want to thank you again and have a good day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.